Hello and welcome back. I'm Barbara O'Neill. Today we're diving into the topic of the 8 laws of health. These principles are all about simple everyday habits that can significantly improve your well-being. As we age, we become prey to many diseases, and it's very important to take care of our health. In this lecture, we'll look at each law, discuss how they work together to support your health, and offer practical tips to incorporate them into your routine. Whether you're looking to improve your overall wellness or tackle specific health issues, these laws provide a solid foundation for positive change. Stay tuned for the 8 laws that can help you make practical adjustments for a healthier lifestyle.
And the first one we're going to have a look at is pure air. Notice it's not just air, it's pure air. And here at Living Springs, I think you'll agree that we specialise in pure air. The best of air. There are so many beautiful evergreen trees around there, and I think you realise those evergreen trees are giving off oxygen, and that's what oxygen contains for it to be so essential for our life, is oxygen. Where the part of our body, it's actually every part of our body, requires oxygen. And as we looked at yesterday, and I'll show you that again today, going inside the cell, which is the CBD of the human body. So yesterday we went inside and we looked at the journey of the glucose. We touched what happens with oxygen, but I want to pursue that a little bit more today. Remember, the glucose goes in, it goes through a 20-step pathway, and the 20-step pathway delivers to us 2 units of energy. The end result of the 20-step pathway is a chemical form of glucose called pyruvate. And pyruvate, as the chemical form of glucose, gets fed into the next part of the cell. It's called the powerhouse of the cell. This is the mitochondria, specifically inside the Krebs cycle, which has an 8-step pathway, but that gives us 36 units of energy. And as we looked at yesterday, this pathway, no oxygen, so it produces energy by the process of fermentation, whereas the 8-step pathway, it uses oxygen. What a difference oxygen makes. And it's because of this fact that we understand the statement that you will receive more energy than you expend on your morning walk. And I also showed you the other day how right now you're breathing in 500 mil and you're breathing out 500 mil. But when you got to the top of that hill, did the twins take you to a hill this morning? Mm-hmm. When you got to the top of the hill and you're starting to breathe like this, you're breathing in 3,600 mil of air and you're breathing out 3,600 mil, basically, of waste. Because the combustion of oxygen and glucose at the cellular level gives off carbon dioxide, and that is another gas. So when we breathe in, there are little tiny alveoli. They're like little sacs at the end of each bronchiole in our lungs. And over, I'll magnify it for you, over that little alveoli is a network of capillaries. They're your blood capillaries. So when we breathe in, the oxygen's coming in here, the oxygen goes into the little alveoli, the blood drops the carbon dioxide and picks up the oxygen. It's quite a fascinating process. So then we breathe out the carbon dioxide. Now, every few years we have to do the first aid course. I think no matter where you live, you have to do first aid courses. And we used to learn mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, yeah? Well, they don't do that anymore. And they don't do that anymore for a few reasons, because when you're breathing in, you are breathing a little bit of oxygen, but not a lot. You're actually breathing quite a bit of carbon dioxide. They recognise now that pumping the chest is more effective. So that's where it all happens, is right down there. So how many of these do we have? We've got about 300 million alveoli in our lungs, and that's where the gaseous exchange takes place. What I want to do in this lecture is show you how you can ensure you're getting optimum amounts of oxygen and how you can prevent anything that would inhibit you taking up the oxygen. But let's first of all make a list of all the things that oxygen does.
Oxygen, as we've explored, serves myriad crucial functions in our bodies beyond mere respiration. Beyond being a vital component for cellular energy production, it plays a pivotal role in various physiological processes. One of its key functions is supporting the immune system by aiding in the destruction of harmful bacteria and viruses that cannot survive in its presence. Additionally, oxygen contributes to the process of detoxification, helping our bodies to eliminate waste products and toxins through oxidation reactions. Moreover, oxygen is essential for maintaining brain function and cognitive performance. The brain, although only accounting for about 2% of body weight, consumes around 20% of the body's oxygen supply. Adequate oxygen levels are therefore critical for optimal brain function, including memory, concentration, and overall mental clarity.
What we're going to have a look at now is the doctor in the sky. He's called Sunshine. Slip, slop, slap is not working. Did you know that? It's not working. Sun cancer rates have not declined since slip, slop, slap has brought in. In fact, something's risen, and it's risen to a rate that has never been known in Australia. It's called vitamin D deficiency. You see, when the ultraviolet rays from the sun hit the skin, they convert a form of cholesterol just under the skin to vitamin D. Now, did you notice what this is converted to vitamin D? Cholesterol. You can have someone with vitamin D deficiency because they're on cholesterol-lowering medication. So when the sun's rays hit the skin, they convert a form of cholesterol just under the skin to vitamin D. It takes 2 hours for the conversion to happen. So if someone goes into a shower and washes themselves with soap straight after their exposure to sun, they will get no vitamin D. You have to wait 2 hours. You can lay in the sun, dive in the creek, and you won't lose it because you're not scrubbing your oil off. Vitamin D is being hailed today as the anti-cancer vitamin. Research is showing that vitamin D can stop cancer cells developing and even reverse them. Now, when you consider what we looked at on Monday, the link between cancer and fungus, what does sun do to fungus? Annihilates it, totally annihilates it. Vitamin D is essential for the assimilation of calcium in the body. And calcium's got a nickname. It's called the king, because when calcium gets into the body, all the other minerals piggyback on the back. If you can get calcium in, you can get all the other minerals in. And the gardener knows it. When the gardener increases the calcium in his soil, he increases all the other minerals automatically in the soil.
Sunshine plays a key role in maintaining health, beyond its well-known benefits for mood and well-being. When ultraviolet rays from the sun hit our skin, they help produce vitamin D, which is crucial for several important functions in the body. Vitamin D supports the absorption of calcium, a mineral essential for strong bones and teeth. It also plays a role in immune system function and may help protect against certain diseases, including some forms of cancer. Research suggests that vitamin D can stop the growth of cancer cells and even reverse the development of some cancers.
Is the third law of health, which is temperance. Temperance means not taking anything into the body that will harm it and taking in moderation the good things. So notice there are two things there. That's the dictionary definition of temperance. Number one is there are some things that should not enter, and the other is taking in moderation the good things. So basically, all good things. Some people say moderation in all things. You would never say moderation in cyanide or arsenic. No, there are some things that should never be taken into the body, but all the good things should be done in moderation. All play and no work makes Jack a very poor boy, and all work and no play makes Jack a very dull boy, aren't they, the old sayings? It surprises me that we've come to a time on planet Earth where adults don't include children in the work of the home. Have you found that? I was reading of a British paediatrician. He came to Australia. He said, I thought the slave trade was abolished. He said, it's alive and well in Australia. It's called mother. Isn't that interesting? We had a young girl. She came to help while her mother did the program. She was 15. She was totally useless. She couldn't do a single thing. She'd never cleaned a toilet. She'd never made a bed. She couldn't even chop up an apple. We ended up getting her to just sit and listen to the lectures because we couldn't afford a staff member to teach her. She got angry. She got angry at her mother. She said to her mother, why didn't you teach me? And the mother said, I thought I was being a good mother. Do you know, when you do everything for your baby, is that right? And I know mothers find it hard, the transition from baby to little toddler. But I used to think, child, dirty plate, who should clean the plate? Child throws jacket on the ground, who should pick up the jacket? So it's very important to teach your child to work because then you've got time to play with them. And both are very important. My daughter has taught her 7 children to work. They are workers. And the twin girls, they're 16, they're working 2 days a week now in a nursery. And the boss told them recently, he said, I wasn't going to employ you because I am sick of teenagers. He said, they don't come to work, they don't know how to work, they don't want to work. But he said, I needed some workers, so I thought I'd try you. He said, I have never met teenagers like you. Now, where did they learn to work? They learned to work here when they were little. When you deprive children of work, you deprive them of the joy of accomplishment. So please include them. And when you include them in the work in the home, then you've got time to play with them. And both are very, very important. So basically, it's a balance. All good things should be done in moderation. But there are some things that should never enter the human body if you're looking for optimum performance. And I consider the pure crystallized acid extracted from the sugarcane plant one of the most lethal substances. In his book, Pure, White and Deadly, Dr. Yatkin, he claims it should be banned. It is so dangerous. How is it dangerous? It gets the blood sugar level up very high, very fast, and then the body, to cope with this, sends a huge amount of insulin to get it out of the blood and into the cell. And now we're too low. And when the person's down there, what do? I have another bit of sugar, is that right? So you get this whiplash. And what's happening now, pancreases are wearing out far too soon. And then children are being born with weakened pancreases. There's really, the true pandemic on the planet is heart disease and diabetes, wouldn't you say so? That's the true pandemic. They're the #1 killers. And it's sugar. I'm not referring to honey, maple syrup, the natural or the coconut sugars. I'm referring to the pure crystallized acid that's been extracted from the sugarcane plant. I thank God that there are many alternatives. But if someone has diabetes, they can't even take those natural sugars until the pancreas is strong.
Temperance in health means being careful about what we put into our bodies. It's about avoiding harmful substances entirely and enjoying good things in moderation. For example, some things like cyanide or arsenic are always harmful and should never be consumed. On the other hand, even healthy foods should be enjoyed in reasonable amounts. Sugar is a prime example of something that can be very harmful. Pure crystallized sugar causes rapid spikes in blood sugar levels, which leads to excessive insulin production. This can strain the pancreas and contribute to long-term health problems like diabetes and heart disease. It's better to choose natural sweeteners like honey or maple syrup, though even these should be used cautiously, especially for those with existing health issues. Incorporating temperance into your life also involves balancing work and play. Teaching children to participate in household chores not only equips them with valuable life skills, but also helps them learn the importance of balancing responsibilities and leisure. This balance is key for overall well-being and helps prevent burnout or overindulgence in any one area.
The fourth law is rest, very important, to sleep through the night. But don't be surprised this week while you're on the detox if there are times where you feel very, very tired. Please have a little nap. Probably try and have your nap in the earlier part of the day, maybe not past about 2 o'clock because it might interfere with your nighttime sleep. And if you're worried that you're going to sleep too long, just tell someone. Just maybe one of the staff or your friend. So that's rest, and you'll also discover when I look at rest in detail that there are hours where you sleep the best, where your body recharges, where healing accelerates, and at the moment with daylight saving that's been between the hours of 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. So make sure you're in bed with the light off and totally asleep or totally closed eyes and resting in those hours to get your recharging. So going through the 8 laws of health, so that's the fourth law.
Rest is a key part of maintaining good health. It's crucial to get a full night's sleep, as this helps your body recover. If you find yourself feeling more tired than usual, especially during a detox, it's okay to take short naps. Ideally, keep naps earlier in the day and avoid sleeping past about 2 p.m. to prevent disrupting your nighttime rest. There are certain hours when sleep is most restorative. With daylight saving time, the optimal window is from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. This period is when your body recharges and healing processes are most active. Aim to be in bed with the lights out during these hours to get the best benefits from your sleep. Rest is important because it supports overall health by allowing the body to repair. Good sleep helps to regulate mood, support cognitive function, and strengthen the immune system. Prioritizing rest ensures that you're better equipped to handle daily stresses and maintain your well-being.
How can you retain it? Run up and down those hills every day. Strengthen your abdominal muscles. Do your push-ups every day. Do your core strengthening exercises every day. And breathe deeply and make sure those windows are open, especially while you're sleeping, so you can prevent the loss of that lung capacity if you do that. And if you have lost that lung capacity, you can regain it by exercising it. And how do you exercise it? Breathing very, very deeply. So what we have done here is we have explored many ways that you can ensure that you're getting adequate oxygen. I know when I was homeschooling my children, and the long division was getting difficult, and I found the children when they're not getting something, they can even be difficult to work with, they're feeling bad, so I'd call a break. Okay, skipping rope, trampoline, run around the house 3 times, get on your bike. They'd come back 10 minutes later like this. Can you see the face? Mm-hmm. And well, they'd get it. So when you are studying, and hopefully you all are studying, we should be learning new things every single day. Remember to take little breaks and get on that rebounder or that exercise bike or run around the house or run up a hill and replenish those brain cells with the oxygen so that you can learn new things. We should be learning new things right up until till the day we die. So you can see why oxygen is the most vital element needed for life. I do acknowledge that there are some areas where you have to wear a mask. So please make sure it's a cotton mask, and please make sure that you can wash it, and you must wash it every day because you're breathing out the waste and it gets stuck in those little fibres. Try and get as a looser cotton one as you can. And as soon as you're out of that shop, take that mask on and get the fresh air. And please don't put your children in a mask, because you know children aren't getting COVID. It's the elderly who are getting it, because those children need that fresh air.
Maintaining optimal oxygen levels is crucial for overall health and vitality. Running up and down hills is an excellent cardiovascular exercise that not only strengthens the heart and lungs, but also increases oxygen intake. Strengthening abdominal muscles through exercises like push-ups and core workouts further supports respiratory function by enhancing posture and diaphragm control. Deep breathing, especially with open windows during sleep, aids in maximizing lung capacity and oxygen absorption, crucial for replenishing cells and maintaining energy levels throughout the day. Learning from personal experiences, such as homeschooling my children, underscores the importance of physical activity in cognitive function. When faced with mental challenges like difficult math problems, taking breaks for physical activities, such as skipping rope or biking, revitalizes both body and mind, promoting better learning outcomes.
You would never think of hydration when you're thinking of oxygen, but under a microscope, blood cells look like this. They're moving around. They're moving it around at an incredible rate. But if someone's dehydrated, the blood cells clump. It's actually called rouleau.
Rouleau formation in blood cells due to dehydration can have significant implications for health. When blood cells clump together, they can hinder the flow through blood vessels, impairing circulation and oxygen delivery to tissues. This reduced oxygen delivery can lead to symptoms such as fatigue, dizziness, and reduced cognitive function. Hydration plays a crucial role in maintaining the fluidity of blood and preventing rouleau formation. When the body is well hydrated, blood cells remain separated and can efficiently transport oxygen throughout the body. Ensuring adequate hydration is therefore essential for supporting overall health and vitality. Dehydration can exacerbate existing health conditions, particularly those affecting the cardiovascular system. It can increase the risk of developing blood clots and thrombosis, further compromising circulation and oxygenation. In contrast, optimal hydration supports cardiovascular health by maintaining blood viscosity and ensuring the smooth flow of blood through the vessels.
The next law is proper diet, and we'll be showing you that diet. We'll be giving it to you. We gave you an example yesterday with lunch, so a plant-based diet.
So a plant-based diet focuses on fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes, nuts and seeds, and it's known for its numerous health benefits. Eating a proper diet is important for health because it provides the essential nutrients our bodies need to function well. A balanced diet helps maintain energy levels, supports the immune system, and promotes overall well-being. It can prevent many chronic diseases and help manage weight. By choosing nutrient-dense foods, we're fueling our bodies with what they need to stay strong and healthy.
The last law is trust in divine power. The great God of heaven made this body. The great God of heaven gives us the tools to keep it well. And the great God of heaven blesses every effort to get the body back into good working order. He just needs you to trust him. And in Isaiah 26 verse 3, the Bible says, "Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, he whose mind is stayed upon thee, because he trusteth in thee." Do you know, this week, because you've got a bit of time on your hand, take a Bible verse that you love, make it your Living Springs Bible verse, and go over it every day. Takes me a whole week to memorize one verse. You might be quicker than me. But start today in grabbing one of those verses, and it will keep your mind. So adhering to those 8 laws of health brings about an alkaline environment. It's very simple, isn't it? And I believe God meant it to be simple.
Trusting in divine power is a crucial aspect of maintaining good health. Believing that a higher power is guiding and supporting our efforts can provide a deep sense of peace and reassurance. When you trust in this divine guidance, you align your actions with a sense of purpose and direction that goes beyond mere physical health practices. This trust can significantly affect your overall well-being. It helps you stay motivated to follow healthy habits, knowing that your efforts are supported by a greater force. This belief can also reduce stress and anxiety, creating a more balanced and harmonious state of mind. When you're at peace mentally, Your body responds better to the health practices you implement. Incorporating spiritual trust into your health routine adds an element of confidence and support. It strengthens your commitment to maintaining a healthy lifestyle and provides comfort during challenging times. Trusting in divine power reinforces the idea that you're not alone in your health journey, and it helps you stay focused on positive, healthy actions. Thanks for joining me today. We've covered the 8 laws of health and how they can make a big difference in your life. Remember, making small changes can lead to big improvements. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips. See you next time.